And we are now live. Welcome, everybody. Steven here, the Horror Freak 85, with David Perry, and of course, co host. Echo. No echoing tonight. Oh, chaw. Okay.
Oh God, I am not gonna live that down now, am I?
No, that's your new signature.
I just did it in the intro because I thought it'd be funny, and now everyone's like, it's always thrown at me. Cha.
Yep, you forever the cha now.
Yeah, do the cha right?
Cha. So how's everybody's week been?
Grueling. If you know, right?
Well, actually, I know, yeah, since we were both on set there. So yeah, I know how it was. So,
yeah.
What time did you guys? What time did you guys end up finishing that one night? Was it like almost in the morning or something?
Last night was like 8 o'clock something. Yeah.
We got Chadwick's here. Hello. So.
Yes.
Hey, who's Chadwick McMyer? Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Steven sent me a picture. I guess he was still had his bloody pants on, and what he said. He got some kind of comment made to you about that.
Yeah, I just went bloody to the airport. I was like, heck with it. It was funny.
Oh, Christ.
And then I changed after the flight when I got back. I was like, heck with it, whatever. I'll just be bloody for
like the checkpoint with that.
Yeah, I like when I was on the plane and stuff, I went to use the bathroom in the bag, and the steward's like, "Are you bleeding?" I go, "No, I just got off a couple of sets. Don't worry about it. I'm good." I should just been like, "Oh my God, somebody call 911! Call 911!" That would have been funny.
Yeah, like I got stabbed in a wolf costume. Hey, man, how are you? I see you.
There's a story. I think it's from I don't know. It's from one of the Friday 13th movies, where the guy who played Jason, he had to go to the hospital for something. He still had the fake machete in him, and she's freaking out. So as a joke, he goes, "Oh, can I get some Tylenol? I got a headache." Meanwhile, Alex said she's not even knowing it's not fake or anything. She's just seeing a guy there with a machete sticking out of him.
Yeah, that's always fun. They just have, knives, whatever, hatchets sticking out of us. It's always fun getting killed, isn't it, David?
Oh, yes. Being murdered is just,
so much fun.
It's what we live for.
We got Patrick in here. Cheetah Wellview. Yellow.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I just watched that Camp Pleasant Lake. You're just sitting there watching all those people getting killed. You're like, yeah!
Oh my God.
More blood.
So they actually showed that one. Did they show I don't know if it made the cut or not, because I still haven't watched all of it, but like, did they show like where, where I'm just like, the guy gets killed right next to me, and I'm just like, yeah, like, all right. And I'm almost trying to high five the killer, and then when he runs off, I'm like, wait, what about these two?
I think so. I mean, I can't remember if there was a high five before he got killed or not. I have to go back, but I think you were like all excited and watching. Everybody was like all excited, and then, whoops.
Yeah, I mean, they saying like it was because the characters didn't know that it was a real killer happening, but me, I'm just watching my high school fantasy live out or play out in front of me, and I'm just like, yes, that's exactly how bloody I wanted it too.
So yeah, basically the plot of that is there was like some kids or a girl, Echo, who was kidnapped years prior to on her way to camp, and who was it that was in that? Oh my gosh. Wasn't Mike Ferguson was in it? Yeah, Mike Ferguson and
my good friend Mike. I love that guy.
Yeah. We still got to get him on the show eventually. I haven't talked to him yet, but he seems like he'd be a fun interview.
Yeah,
it was they kidnapped her because she wanted a daughter.
Yeah.
And then years later, like the camp's being reopened as a horror camp.
Live out your horror. Yep.
Yeah.
And what was it like? You spent some money on that, your character, like $10,000 to go to that horror experience or something? That's crazy.
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think. Oh, because it was never really mentioned in the story, but I know. Wait, actually, yeah, some people did mention the line where they said they paid good money to like we want to see some violence. Yeah, this is Camp of Terror, and I was like, yeah, Camp of Terror. I love it.
That was an interesting
concept. One of the reviews was saying like, oh, looking at some of them, I'm like, I don't think any of them could afford $10,000. I was like,
yeah, that's like, I wouldn't pay that much to relive a camp. It's like I visited the camp where they filmed Jason Lives, and I don't even think it was that much. It was only a couple, and that was like for the weekend. So it's like, no, that wasn't anywhere close. But anyway, hello, my mom's stopping by as usual.
Oh, hello, mother of Steven. How are you?
I think somebody, those like these different YouTube channels, they go and they visit the locations of these movies. I think somebody did visit more than one of the camps for Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like to go to the original one, the first one. But,
New Jersey.
Yeah, it's is that a Boys and Girl Camp or Cub Scout, Boy Scout, or whatever?
I think so. Yeah, it was a Cub Scout camp. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was fun though. I like going to film sets. I haven't been to too many, mostly conventions. But so, where was Camp Pleasant Lake filmed at? That one.
It was filmed in the mountains just above Santa Clarita.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
So in Los Angeles, basically, but like in like. I think because I was staying in Burbank at the time, and so it was like, yeah, it was like almost an hour drive up to. I mean, in traffic, yeah, it was about an hour drive up there in the mountains, and it was like it was where signals go to die and stuff. You know how it is out there, and everything.
Right.
Yeah, but it was a really nice campground. Save for the yellow jacket nests in the grass and everything, and then. Ooh. Oh my God, there was a whole, like, we were filming a breakfast scene and stuff, and then they had everything, all the prop foods laid out and stuff, and the yellow jackets were just swarming. And I'm just like, okay. And then I think somebody did get stung or something. I didn't see it though, but yeah, it was just like, that's just how intense it got after a while. I was like, oh man, all these bees and stuff. And it's like, you just gotta be careful where you go in the grassy areas because there'd be more than one nest right there.
So. Yeah, gotta watch out for the insects on set. Like we had some fire ants on Cheerleader, as you know, we had to watch out for those fire ant trails.
Oh yeah.
And then let's see, was there anything on Camp Blood? I can't remember if there was any insects. I don't think so. No,
not to remember.
I wasn't there when it happened, but apparently just a flood after.
Oh yeah, the flood. That one was just, oh my God.
Were you there for that?
Yeah, we were there, and then it was like, the flood got so bad, Noah actually pulled up with the ark, like, get in.
Oh, damn.
But that's how intense it got, because the water got like up to my ankles and stuff, basically. That's how heavy it was raining. And then down in that, that little basement area over there where we were peeking in on the girls, basically. Yeah. It was all them entrances had water just seeping in, and Will had it on video and stuff, and it was like, and we let the owners know, like, this is what happened, and she was like, oh, you guys were exaggerating, it wasn't that bad. And I'm like, okay. I was about to, I don't want to cuss, but I was like, I was telling Julie, like, to tell her, hey bitch, if you don't get your ass down here and see for yourself.
If you want to go for a swim, you don't need a pool. You can just come on in here.
And then like
waiting pool. Jeez.
Because we were filming something, and then we were getting ready to film another scene and stuff, and then all of a sudden, like Shannon, our DP, just comes rushing in and says, the water is like a foot or so from the bridge, because that bridge that you cross, how the water was way down there and stuff. It was like, it was like a foot from the bridge, so we had like an hour at most to just grab our shit and get the fuck out, basically, because it was just, because otherwise it would have been overtaken and we would have been stranded.
Yeah, the Evil Dead Bridge that we call it.
That one, yeah, because it's like yeah, and it's an Evil Dead Bridge, so it's like it's gonna be like. Wow, any excuse to give out and just leave us stranded so the Deadites can come get us.
Exactly. Yeah. That was crazy. Remember, like, there was no mud anywhere. It was all dry grass. And then that one scene where I had to run, remember there was like that little mud pile. Like, where would that come from? Like, out of nowhere before the rain. Like, I don't remember where that came from. That was crazy.
Yeah,
they like to hide.
Yeah, right when I'm running, knees. I still got a picture of that, like where my knees, it like imprinted my knees. I should just signed it, whatever. It was deep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. So, any other thing that you can remember from Camp Blood that was like any challenges or, well, besides the flood? I guess that was probably the major issue, huh?
Yeah, other than that, what I remember about Camp Blood, it was just really smooth and stuff. Like filming went really smooth, and then I stepped behind the camera because Julie couldn't be there because she was like, I guess, recovering from a surgery or something like that, and so
yeah.
And so I just, I helped out with the production because I do have some production experience, and so I was like, okay, cool, And so I'm, running back and forth between units, like making sure they have everything. And, I'm constantly on the phone with Julie, like updating her and stuff. And I'm like, okay, we got this. And then, and I remember Jacob having to run me to Office Depot so I can get copies of the script or the contracts rather, because the laptop, just wasn't connecting to the printer on set. And so I'm like,
oh, I remember that. Yeah, the printer chaos. Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is fucking film school all over again. But I'm like, that's okay. There's an Office Depot nearby. Let's go. Oh,
yeah,
she's great. Yeah, she's much better now.
Yeah. Did an awesome job on Cheerleader Elimination. With all those challenges and the script changes she had to do, she pulled it off. So.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she deserves that rest for a few days and stuff because it's just like just so much, just like going and being on fumes and stuff and 2 hours of sleep or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that's just me. I don't even know about Julie and everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of us were up late. That's usually how it is, though, on the sets, though. It's just hardly any sleep and all work. And a little bit of play, but not too much, of course. But
yeah,
we have our...
I know with Steven, he ended up messaging me. He was like waiting for the bus. It was like, how long are you waiting? How are you going to wait? 6 hours.
Yeah, I stuck around at the airport because I took the bus to Orlando to Tallahassee, and then I flew from the airport, and the bus wasn't going to come till like 7:55 in the morning, and my flight came in at 10:40. So I'm like, yeah, I'm staying at the airport, much more comfortable and safer than the bus stop. I hate Green.
Yeah. Was this going home from Camp Blood?
No, this was Cheerleader Elimination this past week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think the scheduled time wasn't that bad last time, and that was the only time from the airport that they had. So I'm like, okay, well, that's the earliest. I guess I have to take the 7:50 in the morning one, whatever. So, but
you got home safe and everything.
I'm here. I didn't die on the way back. Not robbed or anything. So, yeah, I was so tired after I got back. I was like, because you can't sleep on the bus because they announce everything, not comfortable. So, but what I sacrificed to be with Julie and Will. So,
yeah, exactly.
It was worth it. Yeah, they're awesome. So, what else was I gonna say? You got anything, Echo? My brain right now is kind of.
I'm about the same too. I have an issue with my mouth right now where it gets dry and it starts to hurt. But no.
So,
okay, Michael, how do you say his last name? I always got his last name wrong. He was in Camp Pleasant, Michael Pipiera.
Oh, you mean Paré?
Yeah. What was it like working with him? Did you get a chance to talk with him and stuff?
Yeah, briefly. I think I kind of, weirded him out when I told him how I talked to my teddy bears and stuff. But oh well. He was cool though. He was very laid back and stuff. And then yeah, and he was just a really cool guy, and just and it was like, oh my god, that one day it was just so many people. Like we're filming one of the big scenes with everybody, and then Jonathan Lipnicki was there and stuff, and Christopher Sky and all that stuff. They're all in that scene, and so like and it was just so many, so many people and all that stuff like that. It was just like some people couldn't hit their cues as fast enough and everything, but Michael, he seemed really patient and everything. He was like, okay, well, let's just do like this and everything, and from what I remember. And so, but he was a cool guy. I wish I got a picture with him, but no, I didn't get a chance to because I'm just be too shy to ask unless I like absolutely know you or something like that. So, but yeah, he does follow me on Instagram though, so that's kind of is cool, makes up for it. So like,
he's just one of those names like when you see him in the movie, it's like, oh hey, I've seen him before. He's like one of the names from seeing.
It's like I'm the opposite. Of course, there's a time to do it, but it's like if I want a picture, it's like heck yeah, let's get a picture. Yeah, you know that. I'm like
yeah, because
I'm like Scorpion, get over here.
Hope you don't do a long chain through them or something like that. Like, get over here.
Get over here.
Yeah. Because when I got one with Jonathan Lipnicki, it was like we've been talking for a little while and stuff, and then it was just like, and that's something that just happened because he was just sitting right there, and then like I'm talking to one person about something, and then I just turn to him and pull him into the conversation, and then like halfway through it, all of a sudden I'm just like, oh, that's Jonathan Lipnicki. Okay, be cool. Okay, just be cool. Don't mention Jerry Maguire or Stuart Little or anything like that, because I forgot what they mentioned about something like, oh, they say if you ever meet him, don't mention Jerry Maguire or something like that, and I was like, okay, I won't. So,
so you don't go and say, "Show me the money."
Probably, like I feel sorry with these people that have these big lines on moments in movies because you get people walking up to you and like, "Can you repeat that line again?" Well,
yeah, but he said that. No, he didn't even say that line. It was like Cuba Gooding Jr. or something like that.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, that was like the go-to saying, especially in the 90s, like the late 90s to early 2000s was like, show me the money. Like,
yeah, it was like
that one movie with Tom Cruise. Okay.
Yeah, it was like the guy who played the killer in the original Dirty Harry movie. He joked about if he had a pity every time someone would repeat one of those lines, like "Boy, make my day" or something to him, he'd go, "I'd be a rich man."
Yeah. Well, it's funny when I worked. What was it, the FX show? I think I was Larry Thomas' assistant. He was the soup Nazi in Seinfeld, and he only did like I guess 2 episodes as the soup Nazi. But people were like saying, "Can you say no soup for you?" So he was like saying it over and over. And when Noah's out, I was like, between you and me, does that ever get annoying? He's like, nah. He goes, it makes him happy. I don't mind. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So. At least he's appreciative about it, but it was crazy. Like all day, I hear, no soup for you. I think it was in like 2 episodes, but
I think the best story I've ever heard about someone making a demand was the one from Jaws. They used to ask that lady, the one who smacks Brody, when they would walk up to her, "Can you smack me? Can you slap me?" And she used to do it, and after a while she's like, "I can't do it no more. It's too much."
Yeah, there's some masochists out there too. They want somebody saying, "Can you smack me?" I'm like, sure, just
smack me hard, please. Well, just like people who like being choked by Kane Hodder. Like he'll literally like for about 5 seconds he'll choke you. I don't know if you've met Kane Hodder yet or not.
I have, but I haven't been choked by him yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have. Like he's like, I'm like, oh my god! Like he's got a grip on him. He's like, yeah, I'll just pretend, and for like 3 seconds, he like gripped my. I'm like, oh my god, no.
But does he go until you pass out or something? And
no, he just does it for like 3 seconds or whatever, just a real tight grip, and then he'll let go. But like, yeah.
Oh wow! I should have asked him that when I met him like years ago. I was like, I was like still in film school, and it was this horror themed store that used to be down the street from where I used to live. And a lot of people showed up. Like Tony Todd came one time, and then I didn't get to meet him that day. But then Kane Hodder was scheduled to be there on this one Saturday, and I was like, okay, I got something else going on, so I probably won't be able to meet him either. But then it was like that other thing got canceled. I'm like, well, I wonder if Kane Hodder is still there. So I just kind of rushed on down there, and then and he wasn't there at the time, but you know, it was a couple of people waiting. It was quite a few, and then all of a sudden they said he was like next door at a Bueno Beef, I guess, getting a sandwich or something, and then all of a sudden the door opens, and then like he walks in with his handler or whoever, and it was like, and all of a sudden the whole place got quiet. And then, you know, and yeah, Kane, he was really cool though. And I looked around, I was like, man, y'all got all quiet and shit. I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, Kane, he was cool. He actually spoke to me first when he saw me. I was like, hey, how you doing? You know? And then I was like, and then, you know, he went on down to the gallery area in the basement. That's where he was having the signing for his book and stuff. And so, and then when he went down there, I was like, oh my God, that's Kane Hodder. And then, you know, the other thing is he ain't that much bigger than me. And I was like, wow. Because, you know, like, you know, when you're a kid and everything and you see him and, you know, you see him on TV and stuff, and he's like, he appears so larger than life. But then it's like, I meet him and I'm like, oh, he's only like a couple inches taller than me. And it looks like we bench the same, you know? But I'm like, that is so cool.
It's interesting how
got his autograph and everything. It was really cool.
Yeah, it's interesting how some people may be shorter or taller in real life than what you imagine seeing them on screen. Like I didn't go up and
Stallone.
Huh?
Sylvester Stallone. He's one of those.
I didn't meet. Yeah, I didn't meet him, but I think it was it MegaCon or something in Orlando. John Cena was there, and I saw him at the table standing there. I'm like, he's short. I thought he was like bigger.
Well, the thing about wrestling is they always exaggerate. Anything that has to do with numbers, they will exaggerate. Oh, you'll be like 6 feet tall. Okay, now you're 6'5" and you're 300 pounds. So they always will exaggerate them. It's like it was a running joke with some wrestlers one time we're doing a YouTube channel. Like, oh, we got 400 people here. No. You guys, we got 4,000 people.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They always exaggerate the numbers. But yeah, I've seen him too in person, and it was like, before I can say anything, I hear somebody. He's kind of short. But Stallone, like, Stallone, look, Rambo and stuff. You think, oh, you hear he's short because he's not a tall guy, and he was in Seattle. I don't know, but he was in Seattle shooting Assassins, that movie he did with Antonio Banderas, and the interviewing him. And I was on a field trip, and they told us, don't look at him when he's doing the interview. So what do? Look right at him, and he's sitting there like, wow, he is short. Because he's not a tall guy. I can't remember how big, but he's not tall.
He's maybe like
is shorter than me, and Mel Gibson. Yeah, and Bono from U2. I met him. I'm like, that guy looks like Bono, only shorter. And then he get closer. I was like, it is Bono. Okay, cool. He's a cool guy, you know.
So, who have you met that like you were kind of starstruck by?
Ooh, let's see. Well, then I don't know. A long time ago, though, when I was a kid, I used to be starstruck by every famous person I met. Like, and then Robert Townsend. That's one who I was really like, oh my God. And I was just like, I was giggling like crazy. And then I don't know if you remember them from In Living Color, like Tommy Davidson and Kim Land. Yeah, I met them when they were they came to town promoting they were promoting Juwanna Mann, their movie at the time, and then I got their autographs and stuff, and I was just like, when I met them, and then I was just like, playing it cool, like, what's up, what you doing? And then like when they went back inside, I just started giggling like crazy, like
yes.
Not like that. It was just, it was just like, they must have, people, if anybody that heard me thought I was just crazy. And I was like, yeah, I am. I'm very crazy now. Like when I get starstruck, I just, I giggle and I'm like, I'm too excited and stuff. And then, let's see. And then meeting Mike Ferguson for the first time and Tom Sizemore, I was just like, I did get a little starstruck with him as well. But I was like, but we're on set and everything, and I wanted to like show the, hey, I'm a professional. I've been doing this for a while too. It's just like, I mean, I have been, just not in Hollywood and everything, not with any big names and stuff. Cause but I was just like, like I was making sure nobody was looking. And I'm like, oh my God, Tom Sizemore's here. He just went inside. Because like if you had told me when I saw The Relic in theaters years ago, like hey, you're gonna be in a movie with that guy, and I'm like, really? Okay, yeah, if you say so. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but now we know.
Yep. Yeah, Tom Sizemore was at. He was at Spooky Empire. I actually met him, so luckily I met him before he passed away. So, but he's an interesting guy. I don't know how he was on set, but I'll just say he was interesting.
I used to call him the Asylum guy because he used to see him in a lot of Asylum films. But since he's passed, it's Julia Roberts' brother, Eric Roberts, or Tom Arnold. I'm like Tom Arnold's supposed to save us? Why do I feel a sense of dread?
Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't meet him, but yeah, he was in Desert Fiends with me. I mean, yeah, so that was really cool, to share a movie with him as well. Yeah, Tom Arnold.
Oh, I missed this one, but Patrick saying Kane always wears the black gloves. Well, because he was burned and doing stunts, so that's why he wears them.
Yeah, there's a documentary on him I remember watching where he said
to hell and back.
Yeah, he talked about how his father wouldn't let them put him on painkillers or something because he said he'd seen too many people get injured and get addicted to them. So I'm thinking, oh, he had to be in a lot of pain with those burns then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine. And then my father used to work the burn unit, when he started, I think, started his residency or something like that, when he was going around to different departments and stuff. And he just said, and then he would hear all the people screaming from getting their bandages changed and stuff, because their skin peels back, and sticks to the bandages. So when they get their bandages changed, you hear them screaming and stuff. And then my father asked one of the doctors there, he's like, how do you deal with all that screaming? And she was like, what screaming? Wow.
Just block it out, I guess, but that'd be horrible to get burned.
Yeah.
And to still go ahead and do his own stunts and stuff after that, it's that's.
And the fact that he did that burning stunt in Friday the 13th Part 7, and that was years after that, and it was a long burn too if you watch it because they said it was for Friday the 13th movie or whatever. It's a long burn when he's just standing there in the basement on fire.
Oh wow! Wasn't that the record or something for the longest burn stunt, or was that another Jason?
That might have been it.
Okay.
But I always found it amazing, given you figure, after what happened, I would have thought, at least for me, I would have been hesitant to work with fire. Again, it'd be like, I don't want to. But he's just like, boom, okay, do it.
Yeah, you would think it would probably traumatize him, but hey, he just still does it and keeps on going. So that's
Kane's badass like that.
No, he played an alligator. Did you know that he played an alligator?
You say what?
That Kane played an alligator?
Yeah, Alligator 2.
The first alligator movie, he's listed, I guess uncredited or whatever, as playing the alligator in some of the scenes in that movie.
Oh, he did? Oh, wow.
So I always thought it was animatronic, but apparently they had someone in the suit working it.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was today's years old when I found that.
Because randomly, I looked it up and it says uncredited, and then I was reading more into it. It's he plays it, he's just not credited.
That's interesting. I was today years old when I knew King Honor was an alligator.
Yeah, it's is there anything that man can't do? Because yeah, but he was almost in Camp Pleasant Lake.
Oh.
Yeah, early on it was when they were I guess he was writing it and all that stuff and everything because Tom knows him and everything, so it's that's cool, because I'm friends with Tom, and Tom's friends with Kane Hodder, so it's like, wow, like Kane Hodder is actually a friend of a friend, so yeah. And he was almost, in Camp Pleasant Lake, but I guess something happened, and probably scheduling or something. And so
I know he does a lot of conventions too. So, and besides whatever work he does,
Felissa Rose,
I was gonna say like Felissa Rose, like it's crazy all that she does. Like, I don't even know if she lives at home. Like I see her listed on every convention, and then she's doing all these new movies. And...
Yeah, she's gonna be in one called, what was it, Exo-Size or Motor Size or something like that. It's coming up.
Oh, Motor Size. Oh yeah, okay.
It's coming out soon, and it's like when I first saw the trailer, I thought it was that other movie, Motor Size, with Jessica Flex in it. I was like, no, it's a different movie, but it feels the same. It's like it's not called Motor Size. I gotta find the name of it again.
But I think I heard it at like it's sort of a workout one, but it's not Murder Size though. It's like similar.
Yeah,
or something.
But seeing the trailer, I'm like, wait a minute, didn't we already get this movie?
Well, sometimes it's hard to have an original idea. So whenever there's a new idea, it's great, but it's hard sometimes for people. It's like they always have to take from something to. It's like we need more original ones.
Well, I thought that Camp Pleasant Lake, I thought that was a fun idea.
Yeah, again, that was for sure.
The horror thing, and then you have the siblings and stuff, and it's like getting revenge on the kids who messed with them years earlier.
Yeah,
So
I said it was like mystical fantasy.
Exactly. It's just go to camp.
The one thing that really got me cracking up was towards the end when that one girl's like, she's jumping up and down. Do you see it over there? And the guy's just looking at her chest. She's like, she yelled something at him and hit him with something like, oh God, saw that one coming.
So how did you get involved in that one? Was that through an agent or a casting call, or how did you get involved with
Camp Pleasant Lake?
Yeah.
Oh, because me and Tom Walton, we're friends. We go way back.
Oh, okay.
And we've been on, what was it, Cheer Bloody Murder. We became fast friends there and stuff. And then, he told me, like, I think it was the last day of production. He said, he's working on a movie and he would like for me to be in it. I'm like, okay, cool, excellent. And so, because my thing is like, until there's like a script or an official offer, I'm just gonna be like, okay, it's one of those, yeah, it could happen, but then
then it happens.
And then like like a month or so later, I was like he messages me and he's telling me all about Camp of Terror, it was called at the time, and then he was trying to like raise like money for it and stuff, and then I guess it didn't happen, and so I was like, oh well, I guess well, it'll happen when it's how do you say, it's on time or something. And then some other time later, it's like, he's talking about it again, and he's all excited and stuff, because a lot of times me and Tom would talk until like about 2-3 in the morning, especially if we're in different time zones and stuff. So it's like, you can imagine like it's 2 in the morning in Chicago, so it's like midnight in LA or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we're talking about it and stuff, and then this time, like, they're doing another like campaign, the Mahals get involved in all that stuff, and so, and that was like, I'm like, wow, those guys actually, they make shit happen. So it's like, so I'm excited to see what was, I was excited to see how epic it was gonna become at that time, and so, and then that's it. I was because I was originally attached, like, it was me, and then let's see, Lauren Francesca was originally attached to it before Kelly Lynn Ryder came on board, and then let's see, I know Maritza, I hope I don't butcher her last name, Rickasack or something like that. She was I've done a couple of movies with her before. She was attached, and then those are the only names I can think of off the top of my head and everything. But I was attached to that movie with them long before Bonnie Aarons or Jonathan Lipnicki or even Mike Ferguson came on board. So it was like, I was there to really see it kind of, progress as well. And become what it is and stuff. And then I'm like the days leading up to it, I was like just really excited for it and stuff. And then I finished doing a movie in Ohio, and then right after that, I had to be on the flight back to Los Angeles and get ready for Camp Pleasant Lake. So
yeah, what I liked about it when we saw Robert Losado.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen him in anything in a long time except for he was on General Hospital for a while. But movie-wise, I can't recall the last time I saw him in a movie. So like when I see him, it's like, dude, I remember that guy. Mainly because of all those tattoos. Him and Mike Ferguson with all the tattoos.
Yeah. Yeah, Losardo's another one. Yeah, I did.
Did you get a chance to meet Bonnie? I'm sorry. Finish what you were saying. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Well,
I was saying Losardo's another one too. I didn't see him on Camp Pleasant Lake because he was working different days and stuff. And then, but we met officially on what was it, Woods Witch. I was in a scene with him there, and it was like he was just really cool. You know, he has this like he comes off really intense and stuff, but then like when you get closer, it's like, oh yeah, he's a really cool guy. You know, he just looks intense. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not looks intense. He is intense, but it's a cool intensity, and he's just like, you know, he interacts with you in the scene and stuff, you know, and he's just very, you know, just very humble guy, it seems, and just, you know, very cool, laid back and stuff. Yeah. But you were asking me who did I meet?
Well, I was saying, did you get any scene? Well, I mean, you didn't have any scenes with Bonnie, but were you on the set when she was there, or no?
I was not. She was actually, because I think she only could work one day because she had to do The Nun too. That's what I, you know, from what I heard and stuff. He was like, because I was talking to Tom that evening, and he was like, you know, he was asking me if I was ready for, you know, for my first day of work, and I was like, yeah, man, let's do this, you know. And he was telling me about how, you know, he worked with Bonnie that day and stuff, because she only worked one day and had to really like hightail it to Europe to do the next Nun movie. But it was really cool from what I heard. You know, she was, you know, she's really cool too. And I'm like, I've seen her in other interviews and stuff like that, and just, you know, like outside of her playing Valak, the demon nun and stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's somebody I'd like to meet, you know.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about the what was it? I started to say Deathwood. Woods Witch, right? It was.
Oh yeah.
So what's a little bit about your character in that?
Okay, my character in Woods Witch, his name is Eugene, and he's an up and coming like a YouTuber or something like that, an up and coming content creator. And then like he and his girlfriend, you know, they have kind of a toxic relationship, you know, which was like kind of a contrast to Sean C. Phillips and Lauren's characters having that sappy lovey-dovey relationship and everything. And so, yeah, Woods Witch is about these content creators that go into this haunted, cursed woods and stuff like that, and they hear about this scary urban legend, and then they find out how true it really is. And so, and that was one of my busiest films as well, because I was like, you know, I was practically in a lot of scenes, so I worked like practically every day of production, which was like, you know, which is a lot of fun, you know. And then I was just having fun, and then like, you know, there was a script for it and everything. Yeah, Julie actually wrote it, and so it read really well and everything. And so, but like we had like some shakeups in the casting and stuff, because also that time I was just getting over COVID, having COVID for the first time, and then there were other people that had COVID and like they couldn't make production, and so a lot of stuff had to get, you know, moved around, changed around, and some scenes had to be improv and stuff. And so that was a fun one as well.
Yeah.
You know, we got to just have a little fun with that. And yeah, I met Eva Hamilton for the first time. You know, she's just, yeah.
It's just, yeah, it was fun. It was a good set. She was nice.
She was very, you know, she was very cool and stuff like that. You know, she was like that, you know, that popular girl you're kind of afraid to talk to, but then it's like, you know, you do it anyway. And she's like, oh yeah, it's like, she's cool, you know, she kind of likes you and everything. mean, not like that, but she's not gonna like be mean or nasty to you or anything.
Right.
So. But she's like, yeah, she was actually really cool and very, you know, everybody was very laid back and stuff. And,
Thanks, man. The man said she's still here. She's enjoying it. So thanks, man.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, it's always fun. Fun. I mean, there is a lot of improv, and the improv is fun. It's like I sort of like wanted to go into it, sort of, you know, memorizing my lines. I mean, I know I wouldn't have it. I know we have our takes and all, but then it's like, dang, all this stuff getting changed. It's like, is it even worth memorizing it all? That pretty much to get, in my opinion, just get a good idea of the script, because you never know what's going to change. Like, so
exactly.
So I don't know how often you do that, or like, do you try to memorize some lines or a little bit, or just the concept, or what's your process there?
Well, my process is basically, you know, I try to be as memorized as best as possible, because like also the other thing is like, you know, you just never know who could be a stickler for the exact word and stuff. And so it's like, you know, I'm like, okay, so like I memorize it like that and stuff. And it's like, okay. And then also getting into a little bit of not too deep into the, you know, the backstory of the character, like, you know, like, oh, what did he eat for breakfast this morning, or what, you know, like what does he listen to when he goes jogging or whatever. It's just like I don't know, but like, you know, like to get in the backstory of the scene a lot of times, and it's like, okay, what does this guy want or something, and then, you know, like what do you want in the scene, or where's the goal, like where are we going to actually move it, you know, from, you know, this scene to the next one and to the next one, that, you know, that completes the movie or whatever. But it's like I try not to, I mean, I don't always like go too deep into it. Everything else is just an added bonus or something. And it's like, I guess it helps me in like making some choices or whatever. Like, you know, like, oh, how does he like to sit? Does he slouch? Does he sit upright? You know, there's something to do. Even if we're just gonna, you know, like throw the lines away and just improv the whole scene, it's still like, you know, you wanna kind of just like stay on track, because like a lot of times, like if it's just completely improv and stuff, it runs the danger kind of like going like way off track or something like that. And it's like, okay, that is like that went way left really fast. So it's like, I don't know if that's I don't know if that was the goal of the scene, but, you know, or that choice you made really turns it into a different kind of movie or something like that, or, you know.
Yeah.
You know, or that comment you made or whatever. Because like even in Woods Witch and stuff, it was like, you know, there's a tree that leaked blood and stuff, and it was just like, oh my god.
Leaked
And
blood?
I'm guilty of this as well, because we were making like period jokes the whole time.
I was gonna say the tree size at that time of the month for the tree.
Yeah. And it's like, if you drink the blood of the tree, it's like, I think yeah, it was my character that asked, you know, I don't know if it made the cuts. I still haven't watched it or anything yet, but I was like, oh, like does it taste different coming from a tree?
It's like, well, is it really corn syrup, or is it sap? Because, you know, they say or pig's blood or whatever, you know, corn syrup.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's tree sap. There we go. Just throw a hole into it. Yummy. Do you have a favorite improv moment that you came up with for anything?
Oh, let's see.
But yeah, on the spot. Come on.
Yeah, I'm on the spot. Okay.
You're fine.
But, yeah, I guess, you know, again, working with Sean C. Phillips, you know, that guy is just he was always fun, you know, it's always just, you know, very, you know, laid back and stuff. And it was just like, we all have a good time and stuff. Because, you know, me and him, we kind of act almost alike sometimes. So it's just like,
right.
And so like when we having our scenes where we're like, you know, we're fighting and stuff. So it was just like, that was always funny, because like, you know, he would say something irritating and I'd be like, you know, if you don't shut
the fuck up.
Yeah, no, it's like we just start pretending to fight on set and stuff. So
yeah. That's funny.
It was fun, but we love each other, really. You know, we do. We're not like taking out our aggressions on each other or anything like that. We just, you know, we're just, you know, just two young guys like to have fun, making movies and stuff.
But I think
we had to peace out. So yeah.
I always think that when someone, you can always tell when someone's having a good time when they do a movie, because that energy comes across. And when you're watching it, they must have had fun when they were doing that. To me, it comes across. But then you can also tell when it goes bad. Unless it's a Tommy Wiseau movie, then everything goes bad.
Oh yeah.
I've been hearing stories about The Big Shark. That it's an event now.
You say what?
The movie he did a horror movie.
Okay.
Called Big Shark, about a killer shark in New Orleans, and it's an event now. The chanting and the singing, like they always show this plastic kelp. You know that song "Help, I Need Somebody Help." Well, they changed it. Kelp, I need somebody. Kelp, not just anybody. Kelp. And they're like chanting and cheering stuff. So now I'm like, I gotta see this movie. I gotta see it in the theater just to see that energy.
So we got a special question here from the Hatch here, Tim. He just messaged me here. No, it's not that bad. Don't worry. Where did you go to film school?
Me? Oh, yeah. I went to Columbia College, Chicago.
Okay. All right. So how was it there?
It was great. I learned a lot and stuff, and I was like, learned how to make films and all that. And that's where my acting career began. Because I started being in other students' films and stuff.
I was going to say, was Tim a fellow student or something?
Oh, no.
I've always been curious.
I majored in film and minored in acting there. So it was just it was a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, I've always been curious about film school. Like, what do you guys do there? Study the different elements of film and stuff?
Well, let's see. It depends. Okay, let's see. What do we do in film school? Okay, we watch all the award-winning independents and stuff like that, and then we analyze them, and then we get into the technical aspects of it. And so it's especially when you're working with film and stuff, how you're supposed to light the scene and how many f-stops and all that stuff. I was like, you know what? I'm looking at that and I'm like, see, I'm not the most technical person. I said, you know what? I'm actually going to be hiring people to do this. So I'm just going to, show up and be, be the producer, be the star or whatever, stuff like that. So, but no, I had fun with it though. And then I learned some stuff, and I met a lot of really cool people, and we could start collaborating and everything. And so, but also, let's see, there aren't that many horror fans in film school. So I'm like, because I was one of maybe 2 or 3 students out of like 2,000 film students that, really loved horror movies and stuff. So, and then everybody else either just loved, they loved all the artsy stuff, or they loved anime. So, but those were the animators on the 4th floor, so they were cool too. So, but I was like, I didn't meet that many horror fans. And then I met Matthew Fessel when I got attached to Shadowmarsh years ago. It was like, I was like, oh, I don't remember you in film school, but it's like, oh yeah, I wish I did though, because us horror fans got to stick together,
Exactly.
We have our favorite professor in common, Julian Grant, who was just the absolute best, one of the best professors there. Yeah, him and Kat O'Brien were my favorite professors and everything. And so because I remember when I first met Julian, because he was also the department advisor too. So I was and he gave me a couple of scripts to look over, horror scripts too. And he was like, yeah, these have all been bought and stuff. They're not produced or anything, but they have actually sold. And then he gave me some really cool advice for, wanting to what to do when you get to Hollywood and all that stuff. And then he also gave me a book called Hollywood Drive, which, I still have to this day. It's probably packed away somewhere in storage, but, I still have it. So, so that was a really cool read as well. And so he was just very, very caring, very passionate, just passionate about helping students and stuff, especially if you were aspire to go to Hollywood. He just, he lets you know the real deal, but also tells you, hey, Like, just, you can do it. And same thing with Kat O'Brien, because, she was also like she was very encouraging. Like, I remember, like, it was a producing class that I was taking, and then she was like showing us how like what we do about attaching like main like A-list talent to our films and stuff. And then like she gave an example of like me, for example, like David Perry, and he's at CAA, and I was like, oh, really? And I was like, and that was one of my dream agencies, to get rep by them. And like after she says this, it was like she's like, oh, by the way, David, I hope this really happens for you. And I'm like, oh, I'm just like, well, this has been like amazing ever since,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was like, and she also worked out in Hollywood too, so it was like oh my god, she knew so many celebrities, met so many of them, and then we got the Bill Murray story too. I was like, oh, she knows Bill Murray, and she met him, and then like he remembered her when she met him again, and then like they became close friends and all that stuff, and then she was trying to get him in one of her movie projects, and he turned her down, saying, you haven't lived life yet, or something like that. And then we're thinking like, wait, what? Why would Bill Murray? And it's like, oh, but then later on she explains that, he wanted her to come up like basically on her own merits, not because Bill Murray. So it's like, okay, cool. I'm like, okay, I understand that, yeah. Yeah, so I'm
helping
like,
her pretty much, yeah.
You say what? I didn't hear you.
I said he was helping her pretty much to get that experience to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But she's like the only one I know who like name dropped like crazy, but it wasn't like completely irritating. Like, oh, I know this person, I know that person. I know. Yeah, it wasn't like that. It was just, she just happened to mention them, and it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Now, so you've done acting on screen, of course. Would you ever want to do any voices for animation or anything, or voiceovers?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did a couple of voiceover auditions about I'd say going on like 10 years ago or something like that. A friend of mine was doing an animated movie, and then she just, she wanted me to audition for one of the characters and stuff. And so I was like, oh, it was fun to do. And then, yeah, I mean, of course, they went with somebody else, but, hey, it happens in this business. So.
It is what it is. Yeah.
That was fun. I would love to do animation, do voiceovers and stuff, do cartoons, and
then you get something like video games where they do not just voiceovers, but they do motion capture.
Yeah, that's another one too. I love to do video games.
Yep. Maybe they'll do a Camp Blood video game. That would be awesome. I highly doubt that, but that would be fun though.
They have gone quite a ways. I watched a video on the guy that voiced Gollum, and he was talking about the evolution of that stuff of it. It's like you start off with a suit, then the next thing you know, you got like 200 little dots on your face. So and he shows it. I'm like, wow, that looks like a lot of blackheads.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, but they did the Camp Blood 10 or whatever animated version. Sterling Entertainment. There's a cartoon Camp Blood. I'd like to check that out. Looks like it'd be good. Maybe they'll do another one. Maybe they'll do another one. Who knows? Do some voices for that. What's something if anyone's tuning in and they haven't seen any of your movies yet? Which one would you recommend first, or to start out with? Do you have any favorites to share?
Let's see. I would say, okay, if you want to get a good laugh and see me just like, or like you want to see some like kind of almost like non-PC humor, I would say check out Not Another Zombie Movie on Tubi.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
That was my earliest, that was one of my earliest works and stuff. I was, let's see, that was back, we filmed that back in 2014. It was like over the weekends and stuff like that. Like it was like from like late January to like the middle of September, because like everybody had jobs and stuff. Everybody was working full time. So it's like, they only had weekends and evenings off. So it was just a lot to do, but it was fun though. It was like it really was a labor of love. I remember like one scene where we had to like get on the bus and all that stuff. It was like, remember that day we got there, because the producer gave me a ride to set and stuff. It was like I got there like almost 9 in the morning, but we didn't start shooting anything until 3 in the afternoon. But once we got going, it went really fast, and then we got done at like around like 7:30 or something like that and stuff. But that was, there was just a lot going on. Lots of extras showed up. Lots of people wanted to be zombies and stuff, or be victims of zombies and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's fun. That's one of my that one was like the biggest film I did at the time. And so
yeah, odds are if you're gonna do a zombie movie, you don't need to do CGI extra zombies. Just put a call out for people to come and show up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they'll gather in hordes just like zombies. Oh, okay, I'm ready.
Oh, they did, and they I remember like when like we what did we do? Oh yeah, we slowed down traffic because it was like like we were looking for the set and everything and stuff. It was like, oh yeah, the sign that says zombies that way. It was like, okay. And then like a lot of people were just slowing down and looking, and then like, and it was like they backed up traffic and all that stuff on the road and everything. And then like also police, in also Illinois, they came over and they were like, okay, what's going on over here? And then I think the building we filmed in, like this abandoned storefront or whatever, it was like somebody else came along talking about they were with they were like with the fire department or whoever. I don't think they really were, but they were just like meddling or something. They said that building was condemned, and then the owner of the building was right there with us. He was like, I think getting into zombie makeup or whatever, and he's like, hey, I'm the owner of this building and I'm letting them shoot here and stuff. And then I don't know, it was just a lot of yeah. So that was like the only time I think during the production that the police showed up and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, because they're saying, you just, an indie film production is not an indie film production unless the police show up. So.
Yeah, I haven't experienced that yet, but hey, fingers crossed. Maybe we'll
let's hope not, though, because like, so I remember like that producer and the director of that film. It wasn't not another zombie film, but like not a zombie movie, but they were they both got like they got ran in for something on another film that they were doing, and I was like, I wasn't there that day because I think I filmed earlier like that previous week, and then next week when they were filming something for it was a sketch that they were doing, and then the police showed up for that, and then it was like the director, his name matched somebody that they were looking for, and then the producer had some kind of warrant or something like that for an unpaid parking ticket or whatever, and then so they got ran in. I'm like, ooh, damn. I'm like,
it's like that's
not yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So let's see. So that was a good one there. Let's see.
But yeah, I think that when it comes to like extra zombie movies, just say zombies and the people are going to show up.
Yeah.
Man, look what they did that with Day of the Dead, and then what they paid them in what? What was it? A fake newspaper and like $1 or something for Day of the Dead or something like they say. Just to sit there and be all done up.
Oh yeah.
So have you played a zombie or not yet?
I did actually, and it was like this little the spec commercial or something like that. For some company back in India or whatever. It was like, yeah, because my friend wanted to do a commercial for them, and so he shot a commercial where it was like they were in a zombie apocalypse and stuff, and then it was like, oh, like the zombies, like when they drink the beer, they turn back into humans and stuff, and so.
Ooh.
Yeah, or whatever. It was something. It was wild. It was fun. It was fun to do. So it was my first time being on the other side of the zombie apocalypse and stuff. And then another film I did, Night of the Zombies. The killer animatronic one before Five Nights at Freddy's and all that stuff.
Yeah, another Mike Ferguson one.
Yeah, That's where we became close friends that time. But let's see what happened. Oh, that was originally supposed to be a zombie movie, and I was playing like a mercenary or something like that, and then like I get bit or whatever, and then like my superior officer has to shoot me in the head or whatever, so I don't turn. Yeah, so that one was like, yeah, it came a long way, but like with COVID still going on and everything, stuff like got changed and all that stuff, and then I think Daniel Baldwin was supposed to be in it or something like that. One of the Baldwin brothers, not Alec. That's all I know. Yeah.
Yeah, Alec will be there.
Yeah, don't let him have any guns or anything.
I was thinking that. I'm like, don't let him hear the guns.
No, I don't do that.
Right, that's horrible. Sorry. Don't get me canceled. Don't get me canceled, man.
Yeah, I'm like, no tea, no shade, so it's all good. So, like, I said that. Okay, so anyway.
But anyway.
But one of the Baldwin brothers is supposed to be in it, and I remember, like, I think I messaged him on Twitter, or I made a Twitter post, well, X now, but
on X.
Yeah, saying like how excited I am that he's on board and everything, and he responded, which I'm like, yeah. But a lot of stuff changed, and then it ended up being Night of the Zombies. We're supposed to originally film it in Long Island. It's supposed to be split between New York and LA, but then it just a huge change, and then next thing you know, it all ended up in Vegas. So my first time in Vegas, I do movie magic. All right.
Yeah, I always used to have that saying, what happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas. That's changed. What happens in Las Vegas goes on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. But actually, I had a shirt years ago that says, it said, "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except for herpes, so that shit will come back with you."
I was gonna say except for any STDs.
I've always wanted to go to that clown hotel that's by the graveyard. I think it's there in Las Vegas. I've always just kind of want to go there just for the hell of it.
Now, what you just said, that freaked me all the way out. You said a clown motel near a cemetery.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I'm the type of person to pull a prank on somebody going, "Oh, I got us a hotel," and then pull up to that one and then watch the reaction.
Yeah, oh my God. I remember that's like another hotel I hear about. I don't know if it's a real place or anything, if they just set it up like that or whatever. And so there was like a satanic themed hotel where it was like in the rooms they had this big old like devil statue just sitting in a chair next to you. I'm like, yeah, I couldn't stay there. And I'm like, just imagine like nighttime and you trying to go to bed and stuff, and there's like this devil sitting in a chair across the room from you,
just looking at you, all like, nah.
I know if you're gonna get up or something in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God.
The different theme hotels they have. I mean, if they can do a clown one or they can do a cowboy one, why not do a satanic one? They'll make money.
Oh yeah, it's gonna make money. And then
you just walk in and the maid's tied into between us a pentagram ready to be sacrificed. Oh my God.
Yeah. That would be too wild. That's just too much for me. I mean, I love horror as much as the next one, but yeah, but I'm like, that's just too wild for me.
Yeah. Any horror movies coming out you're looking forward to seeing?
Oh, let's see. I know that one, Imaginary. That one's supposed to be. That one's supposed to look pretty good. Or yeah, from what I see, I'm like, yeah.
I've heard some mixed things about that, but I don't know. There always is. So.
I mean, it's Blumhouse, so I mean, I always give it a chance. I love those guys. I definitely want to do a Blumhouse movie or something like that.
While that would be fun.
I'm still in the world, but then let's see, the Immaculate, and then the First Omen. That one is like, that one's I'm looking forward to. And then this one called Long Legs.
Oh, that spider one.
The spider one, yeah.
Oh wow, it's a spider. I didn't know. I was just like, no, I saw this one where. Oh no, that one's called. I just heard mixed reviews on. Yeah, I'll just have to watch it later and see. Yeah, man. But I did see one with a spider or something like that.
Oh,
It's
that's with
called,
that girl or whatever. I forget what it's called, but like she finds the spider and becomes friends with it, and it like gets really big in the apartment or something.
Oh yeah. So like,
But
I was wondering, was that the Arachnophobia remake or something? They just called it another name now, Sting or something like that.
Sting,
That
that's
one
what it
was-
was.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
But
I'm
the
interested
one
to see-
long legs, something like that, they said it was supposed to be the scariest trailer or something like that. And then this guy did a breakdown of it, and then he saw this. It was like this one still of it that was just like, I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck is that? Okay, what is that? Oh my god. I'm like, it's scary as fuck, but I want to see it now. I'm like, okay, when's it coming out? Like in June or something like that? Like in the summertime or whatever. I was like, but I want to see it, and I'm like, I got my Cinemark app, and I'm up here like keeping an eye out for like advanced tickets and stuff, and I'm just gonna make it a fan event, make it a party,
Well, like Blumhouse is going to be doing that Dead by Daylight movie, which
Oh,
I'm interested to see how they're going to do that. I mean, there's a lot of characters they can't put in it, copyright stuff. No Chucky, no, was it Michael Myers or Pinhead or Xenomorph?
they could probably put Michael Myers in it because I think they own the rights now, don't they?
No,
Or they
but
probably
still-
own the rights.
But still, there's a lot of different killers that are in that game. So I'm interested.
Yeah.
What makes me want to see that movie is just basically see how they're going to do it and who's going to be in it.
Yeah.
I played the game a little bit, but I'm just intrigued by it.
Yeah. But then if they change it around too much, because like you said, because of copyright, they can't include all the characters in it. I worry that it might go like way too far off the game or something like that, and then the fans will be like, just, yeah.
You'll get kind of like what we got with Five Nights. You get what we
It'll
got
be
with
a
Five
Mario
Nights.
Brothers disaster.
Hey, they can save it if they put a talking, cute little purple doll that's voiced by the sound engineer's daughter.
Okay.
Because that was when I went and saw that last Super Mario Brothers movie, that little star.
No, I'm talking about the original movie with Bob. What's his
Hey.
name from Roger Rabbit? Yeah.
Bob
Yeah,
Hoskins
where they had to
Obama.
be, when they said they had to be drunk just to film that movie.
I'm not surprised.
That movie went way off because I remember when we saw it in theaters when I was a kid. It was like, I'm like, that doesn't look like the video game. It looked more like it looked like a darker, gritty, like how the Batman movies were when they first came out and all that stuff. It was like, I'm like, yeah, this is like, yeah, this is so different and stuff. And I'm like, and Yoshi was like this little velociraptor looking thing, and then
Yeah, they like.
And didn't Bob Hopkins or whatever got broke or something in one of the scenes?
I don't know.
I think the story goes he closed the door. What's his name? John
Leguizamo.
He closed the door, whatever, to drive away, and his hand was right there, and ended up breaking his hand or something, an accident.
Ooh.
But take in mind, the directors of that were also some of the people that were behind Maximum Headroom.
Oh yeah.
Which, how can you go from giving us something that cool to whatever that was?
And like the way it ended too, like it left room for a sequel, and I kind of wanted to know like what happened, but it was so bad that no wonder why they didn't do a second one. But I hate that because he goes, "You got to come back. You won't believe it." Like, what happened?
Okay, I'll be right back.
Oh, literally be right back. Okay.
Okay.
I thought it was kind of like making fun of the movie at first for a second. It's like, yeah, you want another beer? Yeah, I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll see you in the kitchen with a knife in your back.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think about? I don't know about how Scream 7 is going to be since Melissa and them aren't going to be in it. It's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, that was like, I mean, even though like Scream 6, they had it seemed like a good end to the character's arc and stuff like that. But then they were saying they had one more in them, and I was like, oh, okay, I would have loved to have seen it, but it was just like that whole situation was a hot damn mess. Because I was looking at I was following the news too, and I was like, wait, what? She got fired for what? And I was like, wait, what did she say? And it was like, that's not. I mean, she didn't say nothing anti. I was like, no.
Yeah, that's what I was like when she said anti. I'm like, what did she say? Like, what was so bad? I don't know. But.
Yeah, and it was like, because that whole, I'm speaking on the whole October 7th incident and everything. It was just like, yeah, that whole situation was like, oh my God, or is like, because, they still got some hostages there, and I hope, they get freed soon. So it's like, me personally, I want the hostages freed. I want there to be a ceasefire, just stop the killing, stop the war and all that. Mm-hmm. And, bring down.
And now we're going to get canceled just for talking about, whatever, but it's just crazy though. You can't even say anything. Like, it wasn't bad.
Because it's like, if you're on this side, it's like, oh, you're anti this. If you're on that side, you're anti that. And it was like, because people that were calling for, a ceasefire, for the killing to stop, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, you're this and you're that and stuff. And it's like, you hate these. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, let's not speak publicly about it. Yeah. I gotta be careful what I'll say, because you don't want the public to get it wrong or anything. So
yeah, exactly. It's like, and we can't edit this out. We're live. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, we're live. So
we're gonna see you on X later. Oh, damn it.
Oh my God. I'm like, just pray for peace. Everybody pray for peace. Where's the
they should have had for Scream, of course they're not going to do it, but they should. But they sort of the whole rumor, they should have Stu was still alive, and there's a cult, and I think Hayden Panettiere, because there was something where they said she was researching stuff that was going on, because how there was all the merchandise, all of the memorabilia of all the kills and everything in it, and so supposedly Stu got online and got a Scream cult going on. That would have been cool. That would be cool to see, but.
That would have been, and I think now would be a great time for it, because they couldn't do it back with Scream 3 and stuff. That was the original plot or whatever, right? And then, but Columbine had happened, and then it was okay, we got to tone down the violence in it, and to this day, everybody I talked to, they said Scream 3 is their least favorite. It's they like the, I think one guy said he liked. He's like, yeah, she asks, how can they bring Scream back at this point? It's a mess. Yeah, it is. It's a total mess. They lost two of their main stars. The mainstay is gone.
And I think the director, too, even, or something, or I don't know.
I would love to see what he done with it, although I'm a huge fan of Radio Silence. And I would love to see what they, I love how they, brought it back, and they kept, Wes's legacy alive, and they honored him in the fifth one, and all these Easter eggs and stuff. Yeah, it was just wow. But then, and they had other projects they want to do, and so they didn't want to be attached to Scream forever. So it's I would love to see what Landon would have done with it, because didn't he do what was it? He did Happy Death Day or something like that, and then that was a pretty well done slasher film as well. If you like that whole Groundhog Day with a slasher twist and stuff, that was that was a lot of fun. And then but yeah, it's there's no telling what they're going to do at this point. They were saying, bring Sydney back, bring Stu back and stuff. I was
have Patrick Dempsey in it from because she's married, or Neve Campbell's character, or Sidney Prescott's married to him in the movie and everything, and so
yeah.
They were also saying there was a rumor, which I don't know if they do that or not. Have another way to bring Matthew Lillard back. It's have them in real life, just be themselves, and then they're getting killed off by a Scream, a real life Scream killer and everything.
Oh, yeah, kind of a 13 fanboy meets Wes Craven's New Nightmare or something like that.
Kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
I don't know.
I don't know. They already do it with 13 fanboy, and then what's the other one? New Nightmare and stuff. Yeah, so it's there has to be because I think Scream has this. That whole meta thing and stuff like that, they have they gotta comment on a lot of stuff that's happening now, and so I think the first three was about the the horror movies, and the sequel, and the trilogy, and then when 4 came along, it was we have to talk about the torture porn and having a bunch of sequels and all that stuff, and then. Of course, then when the 5th one, it was legacy sequels and all that. And then the 6th one, it's franchises as a whole. So now it's just
Yeah.
Like even if they did do 7, it's like what are they going to comment on that's like happening today in cinema? So it's like I don't know. So yeah,
Well,
but even if there's never another Scream movie ever again, 6 was a great way to end it, though.
yeah.
If you ask me, because I mean, like Sydney gets her happy ending, and Gail finally gets her dance with Ghostface and everything, which and which I mean that was a long time coming as well, because she almost got a call in part 2, but then Randy got the phone and was like, hey,
Yeah. So I guess we'll just have to see what happens with that, but I don't know. But yeah, you did a Scream film, Legacy. So for people who didn't know that, how was that?
That was a lot of fun to do, and it was it was done right here in Houston too. Yeah, because I'm still in the Houston area too, so it's like because I had just got done with Shark House, Amityville Shark House, and then like had to jump on a flight from LA to Houston, and and there was like a little bit of a delay at the airport, and so like when I finally got there, it was just like okay, I only had time to get to my hotel, set my things down, and then jumped into an Uber on set and stuff, and it was a lot of fun too. It was like and then seeing how Zach, the director, how he works and everything, the intensity he brings to the filming process and all that, and then seeing the actor who was playing Ghostface and all that, it was just like watching him do the movements. He had them down because then there was because when it was my how do you say my death scene, because like 4 million people saw it now, they know I get killed in that thing really early on, so yeah, so like when he's supposed to run up and grab me, he didn't have the Ghostface mask on, and I kind of asked him like cause he had on the whole garb and everything except the mask. So I was like, oh, can you put the mask on just to complete the whole package and make my cameo just really special or something like that? And he was really cool. He obliged. And so I'm up here like, and then I was like, so my character is like, I think I'm supposed to hear something way over there. And then he comes like from this area to grab me and stuff like that. So it was like, I'm kind of looking and stuff like that, and I'm off to the side, and all of a sudden I get shocked by the Ghostface character. It was like, and he just shows up wearing the whole Ghostface thing, and I'm just like, so I really like I do kind of jump and stuff, because I mean I know where he was coming from. I just I just had to really focus on like what was over there, and so.
Yeah, I heard about that. They're making a Halloween TV show.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing Camp Crystal also. They're doing a Jason one.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, on Peacock. Yeah. I'm curious to see how they do it.
I don't know.
I think they say that the Halloween one would be more like an anthology type one, kind of like what they wanted to do with the original series. Each one be different.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, wonder what platform it's going to be on. But yeah, like, I wonder if they're doing this to improve on what the mess that was Halloween End. Halloween Ends. Yeah, that was. I actually enjoyed it, but I mean, I can see why a lot of people, especially a lot of fans, were just not feeling it or whatever. But it was. I liked it though. I thought it was pretty decent.
I mean that trilogy. I did not like the first one. I couldn't finish it. Second one was okay, other than I got annoyed repeatedly. Eva dies tonight. What? Eva dies tonight. Eva dies tonight. Nonstop. It was just like
they did overdo that. That's for sure.
But
yeah,
that last one killed.
The strikes, by the way. Yeah, during the active strikes and stuff, it was like that was my chant, because it was like we had to. We had to really stick it to the powers that be, the top producers just screwing us over. And I was yelling, "Evil dies tonight."
So I gotta say, my favorite scene in Kills is when that guy they think is Michael falls, and the back of his head is bashed. I swear, if you go back and watch that scene, even though his brains and all over the road, you can see his eyes still kind of. like moving, like even though the back of his head is gone and brains are here and everywhere. It's like, damn, that's kind of disturbing.
Yeah, that is. I gotta watch that and see like what because I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm just gonna go back and just give it another watch or something. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah.
And of course, when they showed those 3 masks, I think it was an end. I think it was those 3 masks. I got one went, oh, we're gonna get a Halloween 3 type movie, Season of the Witch, because they had to put those 3 masks in, which I would love to have copies of.
Oh yeah, in Kills, right?
Yeah, those 3 masks.
Oh, the witch and the skeleton.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was wondering if that was a little bit of an Easter egg or something like that, because that trilogy they were kind of giving like nods to the original trilogy, with the like the first one was in the style of the original, then the second one is or Kills was in the style of of the second movie, and then like Halloween Ends was like I kind of get what they were trying to go with it, because how Michael Myers wasn't hardly in Halloween Ends, but like he wasn't in Season of the Witch at all, I think, or I think like it was like a little Easter egg or something like that, where they were
save for a little TV ad for Halloween in that.
Yeah, because they wanted to do like an anthology, but it didn't work out, so it just
people wanted Michael, so.
I mean, it's not a bad one. They just shouldn't call it Halloween because people think it's Michael Myers, and it's not. But I mean, it was a good movie, though. Don't get me wrong, but just
yeah.
Oh, hey, we got Cody's here.
Hey, Cody, what's up?
Welcome.
Cody, he's great to have on set. He's a wonderful guy.
Yeah, he's going to be on the poster of Cheerleader Elimination. No, he's not.
Yeah, holding up beer can and stuff, just like
if you could play the killer in a slasher, what would the setting be, and what would you like the character's background to be?
Let's see. Hey, Kyle, how you doing?
Welcome.
Bailey, how's it going? Let's see. I was playing a killer. Oh, that's a tough one. So yeah, it's like I don't know. Just I don't want to have a really cool weapon that like no one's ever really used before or something like that, or just something that will like make a bloody mess or whatever. And so I was always thinking about like because I don't know, when I was writing my stories and stuff, especially back in high school, I was always doing supernatural killers and stuff, because slashers have always been a tough one for me, because it's like all the great ones are already done basically. And so
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you were able to choose your own death in a movie, how would you want to die?
Let's see. I don't know. Maybe like I don't know. Maybe get thrown into something like one of the little like wood chipper things or whatever, or one of those.
Tucker Dale versus Evil. He would dove head first into the wood chipper.
Yeah. Or or what's something else? I don't know. Get possessed or whatever by a demon or whatever, and then just like like turn into a demon and get beheaded or something, and something like that. That would be really cool. And then or what's another one? No, a fun one would be like to get sliced open after I eat a glazed donut.
Yeah, we want that donut. That's right. Well, the picture, he's saying that because the Camp Blood picture that we used, he had ate a bunch of donuts. We were like messing with him, like, oh yeah, he ate the last donuts, and so after he was cut open, we're like, okay, we're gonna get some donuts that are cut out.
Yeah, they haven't even digested yet. And they're like, okay, and everybody's like, I'm like, what the hell?
Well, when me and Anna were down there, we were like this, and was like, "Oh, you guys, what the fuck?" That was fun.
Oh my god, yeah.
That was such a fun set. They've all been fun sets, so it's like,
Yeah.
When it comes to weapons in a horror movie, there was a manga I read called Pumpkin Night. They had a great weapon. It's a butcher knife, but what they did is they attached an ice cream scoop to the end of the handle, so they can either stab somebody or turn it over and just basically scoop someone's eyes out of something. I would love to see something like that in a movie.
Or
first
cut
they
their
stab,
guts
then
open
they
and
scoop.
yeah, they cut the guts open and then like just scoop out the organs and stuff.
Yeah.
Or the glazed donut that hasn't digested.
That's funny. Yes, there were some good donuts on set and some good food. Man, I'm so mad I wasn't there for the barbecue. I had to go. I heard you guys had to go.
Man. Man, that's why I say, Texas has the best barbecue. Texas does barbecue. That is like.
So, and I don't know if he'll be watching the replay or not, but Chef Nico, of course, did all the cooking.
Yeah, Master Chef Nico. He was like just. Yeah, excellent chef. Just stay out the kitchen when he's working. So yeah.
Yeah, like yep. He's like, I'm working here. Did he? I can't remember if he was joking around. Like, I think Sparky was there and was saying that he needed to come up with a saying or whatever. Were you around the kitchen when they said that? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Oh, you might not have been around. I wish I remember what it was. It was pretty funny because like their own signature chef, has their own like saying. Of course, I can't remember it. Whatever. But that was good though. So yeah, I think was that the first time you worked with Mel and Dylan on set?
Yeah, my first time with Dylan, because I don't remember meeting her before, but I know Mel, she was in Camp Blood 666 Part 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this one, Cheerleader Elimination, was the first time we met in person.
Okay.
And, we became like really cool friends and stuff, and she's just like the absolute best and everything. And yeah, she kind of reminds me of a girl I went to high school with, but not, only she's a redhead, not blonde. So yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome. I
don't think she smokes, does she? I don't know. I don't remember, but yeah, but that girl smoked though.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had them on the show, of course. I've known Mel a couple of years, but first time I actually got to meet her in person. We were joking around the first night. I'm like, oh, and I thought you were AI. It's just like through the computer. But yeah, it was fun. It was a really good shoot, and everybody was awesome. You, of course, all of us, and Julie having to deal with all that. So hopefully next one won't have too many changes, but of course you can go through. So.
I'm looking forward to seeing it for one reason, so I can roast Steven when I do the review.
I don't think you will.
I'll just tell a whole bunch of bad jokes, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Steven peeking in the windows again.
What is it me with peeping in the windows and all that stuff?
Yeah, what is it with you? I mean, and I'm not judging because we did do that one time.
Well, that's right. You did. We're looking too. So I wasn't the only one, though. But though I do something later on that's really messed up, but it'll be fun though.
Oh Lord! Wait, on Cheerleader, or are you talking about Camp Blood 9?
Camp Blood.
Oh. Yeah.
With Janet and then Mariah. Yeah, those are fun scenes.
Oh Lordy. Yeah.
Good times.
Oh, the stuff we do for horror, but it was like that was fun too, and it was like as we were out there peeking in on the girls and stuff like that, and then oh man, I was thinking of some really naughty stuff to say as well. Like I just went to my signature line for my signature pickup line, so it's like
which we can hear it like if you watch the clip of they put on Instagram, the little short clip of it. Like we could sort of hear you say it. Like if you turn it up real loud, you can hear raised by. Was it? I hope she can raise my credit like she raised my dick. Or what was it? Did I say it right or?
Yeah.
Like we can hear you say that in that clip, but what is it? That ghost song is playing on there. But if you turn it up, you can hear that line, and then you hear Will laughing. That was a good line.
Yeah, because I said that in a short film that I did back at Columbia. It was like it was during the time of that that cat call craze. That video went viral and stuff, and then this one student, yeah, his name's Michael. He did a short film for a class, and he was gonna like kind of like do a like how do you say, like pay homage to that or whatever. And so it was like the main character, she's she's walking down the street, and then like all these guys just kind of they kind of just like start catcalling her and bothering her and stuff like that. And then I was like, and it was one, and that's also going back to like like, do I follow the script or do we improvise and stuff? And it was like he had something written down, I forgot what, but he was like, oh, feel free to change it up or however and everything. And I was like, okay. And then one of the production assistants was like, oh yeah, like you should call her a white girl or something like that. Yeah, call her a white girl or whatever. That'll be so funny. I'm like, what? Should I really do that? So I was like, okay. And so I was just like, when she walked by, I'm like, hey, white girl, why don't you come raise my credit score like you raised my dick? And then we were doing another take of that, and then like she walked by, and then this other group of people walked by, and I said it, and they happened to hear it, and they're like, what? Like, did you just say? And I was like, oh, we're filming a movie. Trust me, I'm not as creepy as I look.
I'm not a creepy perv. I just play one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a creepy perv. I just like have a higher credit score, and I need a white woman to do it. Sounds like I heard that. Oh my god, we're gonna get in trouble. But like, it's like the same. Like once you go white, your credit gets right.
So, but yeah. So, Echo, you'll have your chance. Like I said, probably the end of this month, Camp Blood 9 is supposed to go to distributors, so it should be by next month, hopefully.
Gives me time to come up with some good jokes and have to sit down with a pad of people. Okay, that's good. That sounds good. That sounds good.
Yes. You just want to see you want to see me die in some creepy pervy scenes, and you'll probably have some jokes of once you see what I did in that movie.
And the truth is, I like when I do videos, I like coming up with jokes, and somebody tells me I'm going to be getting a whole new, whole bunch of whole new material to use. Like, okay.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this might be, you're probably going to clown them over a jar of Nutella, so, I mean.
Oh, God, that stuff.
Yeah.
I stay away from Nutella ever since I told somebody I tried it, I didn't like it, and I proceeded to get nothing but grief for saying I didn't like Nutella. It's like, oh, I didn't know I made some sin by saying I don't like it.
Oh man.
Yeah, Steve, you've been amazing in that. Even when you slipped and fell, that that knee imprint is still there. They probably made a mold cast of it or something.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna drop it off by the.
Yep, it's still there. That was so weird. That one little mud spot, like it's all dry grass everywhere. So I'm not thinking of, I just take off running and straight down knees into the mud. Luckily, it didn't hit my clothes. It was like just below, right on my knees, imprinted. So I'm pretty sure the pictures on Facebook, I'm just like pointing down at the knee prints. It went down hard. It left my prints in there like deep, but like it was crazy. And it's like not the first time I fell. I fell in the stocking too. I was the first one to trip. I'm like, okay, that's nice. There's always something on set that happens, but whatever. Just keep going.
Yeah.
So what else? So besides, of course, Camp Blood 9 and cheerleader elimination, anything else you got planned that you can talk about?
Oh yeah, let's see. Me and Julie are working on something.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, besides Axe Grinder and everything, but she also wants to get into more screenwriting, and I was like, okay, cool. I got an idea for a short film that I wanted you to, want to see if you'd be interested in writing, and so we're in talks for that and everything, and I definitely want to film it. Like I'm filming it back in my hometown and stuff because this is a haunted cemetery. This like section of like these mausoleums on a hill and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'm like, I thought I saw some ghosts there or some shit like that. And so like, not in like real time, but like I took pictures of it and stuff. And I looked back at it and I was like, is that a face in the thing? I'm like, oh my God, that's a ghost. And I was like, yeah, let's. And so I was just like, yeah, let's, like, ooh, let's do a movie behind that. So I was just like, so for years I was thinking of like, a good storyline behind it. And then I finally got a little bit of a story. And so I just gave it to Julie and like, I attached her as a screenwriter. And so like, it's a short film. So nothing featured, not yet at least. But yeah, I'm planning on doing a micro short just to kind of introduce the actual short. And then from there, we're going to build up, we're going to build up towards a feature or something like that. And then,
I was going to say, you plan on maybe making a feature after the short and see how it goes. And so, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be free. You can call me. Let me get my agent on the phone.
Just keep him away from any mud.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll probably film it in LA or something like that. So it depends, or maybe I'll go back to Chicago and film it or something, just to say, oh yeah, like, hey, you guys want to see the real location? And so like,
you should film it at the real location. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be another one if I film the feature, because I plan on filming the short and the micro short to the at the real location. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the micro short would probably be like less than 30 seconds, maybe like 10-15 seconds of like like me like seeing the cemetery and then like getting a quick scare or something like that or whatever. So like,
right. So is there any locations that you would like to film that you haven't visited yet?
Off the top of my head, not really. I mean, like I would love to film something at let's see. There's the Evil Dead Woods and stuff. Yeah, that would be a fun one. And then let's see.
Too bad that cabin's not standing anymore.
No, it's not. But just to be in that area and stuff, and like like yeah, just like
yeah.
Just make something happen over there or whatever. And then there's also I don't know, just there's like a lot of other places. Like I would love to film something down in Australia too, and like New Zealand and stuff. That's a great it's a great area. And then there's Pinewood Studios in England. I would love to go there. Okay. And then and another thing, I know it's probably a long shot, but I would love to film a horror movie on Tyler Perry Studios.
Okay.
Film a horror movie there and stuff like. And I'm thinking like since Tyler is such a Christian and everything, I'm like what, just something really satanic, just to like have it like that. What do you call it? But,
like a cult movie, satanic, the killer cult, like something.
Yeah, something like that, and it's like probably have a priest or pastor come like bless it and have like white sage being burned everywhere. He's like, man, I ain't letting this fool do another movie. I'm blessing my lot again. Yeah. But
I'd like to, eventually, I'd like to do either a Full Moon or Trauma movie. That would be fun. Either of those two.
That's another one. That's another one I'm looking forward to.
We got
Full Moon. Trauma
we got.
I
I just watched one from Full Moon called it's one of the ones from back from when they known as Empire. I watched one called Necropocalypse, something like that, and I wasn't ready for the scene where the woman who's like a witch grows 6 boobs that ooze ectoplasm, which she uses to feed the ghouls. It's like watching this, I'm like, what's going on? I see this ripple effect, late 80s like ripple effect. What's that? Oh gosh, she's got 6 boobs. What? Are those ghouls feeding on them?
It's like at first, it's like, wow, 6 boobs. Not, what is doing out of it?
Yeah, kind of bizarre Total Recall type of message.
It's like,
That would be
Empire.
good.
Before there was Full Moon, there was Empire, and they gave us Ghoulies. So made people afraid of toilets for a while.
Well, remember, look who's talking to when the toy. He was afraid the toy was like, "Come here, give me that pee." The toilet was like talking. He's like, "Ah!" When he was getting trained.
Next time you saw me, I'll butt off your tushy.
Like bleach was
Oh my god!
But no, we got Mayanne, who she's still in the chat. We introduced her to trauma by doing a watch along to Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. I don't think she ever forgave us. We literally got also when seeing these comments. What the fuck? What the hell? What are you guys doing?
That's a messed up one to start someone on like that.
Oh my god! Or Romeo and Juliet or something like that.
Yeah. Killer condoms. That was funny.
Yeah.
There's some.
I mean, I know it's not trauma, but the Terrifier movies and stuff. That's oh my god. Looking forward to part 3 and stuff. That was like
in October. Yes, they're shooting it. I guess. I know they've been shooting it this week. I don't know if they still are or not, but I know David posted about it. And
they supposedly posted a shot from the set of Art the Clown.
So like he's gonna be a Santa at the mall in one scene. So that'll
but like this shot, people were already breaking down. Okay, he's got his body back, and they're looking at the background. We think he's in his little Art the Clown place where he got his head cut off in the last movie. So like just like one picture, they're breaking down everything. I mean,
I don't have time for that. I'm not gonna zoom in.
Those fan theories are like
Yeah, my only theory is, the first movie violent, second movie topped it. I want to see what they do in this one because I think they're gonna.
Yeah,
they can't go too far, so they get that dreaded X.
But it'll be up there. I mean, that scene in Terrifier 2, the bedroom, that was.
Oh yeah, and she's still alive, right?
Yeah, that's what got me. Is you're watching it, and the mother's just standing there, and he's like smiling, and then all of a sudden, "Mommy," like, holy shit!
Yeah, see, she was saying. Casey was on the show and she was saying like there was so much blood she was almost like sticking to the floor and stuff like when she was moving.
Oh wow!
I was like, yeah, talk about a bloody scene film.
Yeah, Yeah, I showed that to my parents and they didn't talk to me for like a week or anything.
Yeah. I love when he has the head too, and he has the candy, and the kids are taking the candy from the head, and like, oh, it's sticky. Oh, it's just fake. Like, yeah, no, it's not. It is, but it's not. If that makes sense, but
yeah.
So, oh man, yeah. Did you watch? They have the short on there, like the original Terrifier at the gas station, and then
Halloween's Eve and all that.
Yeah. Well, no, they did like not the New Year's Eve. There's actually like a 30-minute Terrifier movie, like all the horror in this gas station.
Yes, the original. Well, it predates the anthology movie, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one. All Hallows Eve, I think, right? Or something like that. Or
well, he is in All Hallows Eve, but there's like an actual like short before All
Hallows. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
So
that one it's wild, And I like how they grew from that, It was just like,
yeah.
There was, I think it was Elvira met him, and he was in character or whatever at some convention. So they did this little short of her and him, and he's just chasing her around, Elvira around, and her trying to get away from him.
I'll have to look that up on YouTube. Man, I swear that woman doesn't age. She's like a vampire. She looks exactly the same.
And she's what? Well over 70. She found the fountain of youth, and it would be nice if she would share it.
Yeah, I think her and Janet Jackson went swimming in that fountain. So it's like
bathing in the blood of virgins or babies or something. I don't know, but it's like when I met her, Elvira. I've seen her a couple of times. I got a picture with her. She looks exactly the same.
Man's right. In or out of character, she is an attractive woman, and it's hard to believe that she's like 70 some odd years old,
Yeah.
think like 75 or something, 74,
Yeah.
75. Yeah.
Doesn't look it. So again,
He
she found
doesn't.
the fountain. She found the fountain of youth. So please share.
It's
I-
like
I got-
Stifler. Even Stifler, he'd go from MILF to GILF.
It's like, hey, I got some gray hairs. I would like to get rid of them without having to dye them. So please share where the fountain of youth is.
But even her like skin and stuff, like she doesn't even look that old. Like, I mean, it's
She
crazy.
probably knows how to take care of herself.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you know. Or it's that virgin's blood, you know.
one day we might learn her secrets. I don't know.
She doesn't share it in her book, her biography, which by the way I still say it's a must read if you haven't read it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's you could go from being a fan just to understanding what she went through, the hell that she went through in her life, some stuff. You get like a level of respect for her. It's just like, okay, now I'm more of a fan, and I got a tremendous amount of respect for her. Like I didn't know that she's got scars on her body because she was burnt as a little kid.
Ooh.
Oh my.
I think the story is that it was like around her mom was boiling some eggs and went to do something and left her unattended, and she went to climb up and somehow dripped that hot water on her and burnt her so
Oh my
bad.
God.
So that's like I said, it's a really
Actually, I
good
think I heard
movie.
that. That sounds familiar. I think I heard that about her. Yeah.
So it's a really good read.
I guess I will check that out.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, you know. Because I already love me some Elvira. I'm just like, am I gonna fall in love with her or something like that? It's like, wow, I just never knew.
Yeah.
Well, who knows?
There was this weird guy, like I found out. Was I working? I forget if I was working at Spooky Empire or if I was an attendee, but there was another staff member. She goes up to me. She goes, "Yeah, the weirdest thing. This guy goes up to Elvira and just goes, 'Can you sneeze for me?' Like it's some fetish or something." He's like, "I just want to say, like, didn't want a picture autographs. Like, can you just sneeze for me?" I'm like, "That's weird." And I guess they escorted him out. Like, I don't know how. I guess there's a fetish for everything. Apparently, I don't know. But
Yeah, apparently so.
That alone is scary. The fact that there is a fetish for everything. That's scary.
Yeah. Have you? I forget if I've asked. Have you done any conventions yourself or just attended them?
No, I haven't even attended them. I'm just like,
Oh, okay.
I mean, I would love to one of these days, you know, in the near future or something like that, and just that would be like, you know, my thing is they look so like huge and intimidating. It's like so much to do. They're like, and a lot of them are like Disneyland. You know, you can't see it all in one day, so it's like, it's like, so I wouldn't know what to do. I'm like, okay, it's like. And then I'm wondering, like, do I have enough celebrity status to even do a convention or something like that? Or like, oh yeah, that guy that you were in that.
Were you in that Tubi movie? That Tubi original?
Yeah,
Well, I guess one way to know is to just go as a not just to go and walk around.
Just a normal attendee. That's all. Not
see how many people stop you. They're like, "Hey, can I get your autograph? Hey, can I get a picture with you?" That's one way to test it out.
You do a little experiment. How recognizable am I?
Yeah. Like, let's see who recognizes me here. And I was like, okay.
Well, I mean, how many millions of views was the Scream, though, Legacy?
That was like 4 million now. It's at 4 million.
So.
Yeah, so.
That's just you watching it a million times a day, right? Oh, there's my part. No, I'm just kidding. click, looking at myself.
Okay, stop being a hater, okay? Because people watched it. And some people still came up to me and said they liked it. I had a couple people tell me they liked it better than Scream 5. And I'm like, oh, you did? Oh, wow.
That's, yeah.
And
it was a really good movie, though. I like they did a good job on that. So, yeah. It's cool to see when a fan film can, like, do that quality. So,
yeah.
What other
original series,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Jimmy Kennedy saw it too, and he said, "Nice formula." I'm like, wow, Randy saw it. I'm like, yeah,
nice, yes,
yeah. That was pretty cool. And then, but yeah, as far as conventions and stuff, I mean, it's something I would like to do, but right now I'm just like, I don't know, like.
Well, even if you don't get a vendor's table or anything, they're just fun to go to and meet other people who share common interest, and it's fun. So, yeah. So I'm a constantly going. I try to do a couple a year at least, but sometimes I don't. But and it's hard to choose which ones though where you want to go to because it's so much money. It's like, I mean, sometimes I'll work them, get in free and everything, but it's still travel and hotel. It's like, where to go, who to meet. So, but they're fun if you ever get a chance. I'm hoping maybe for Spooky Empire to do a vendor's table because hopefully the stocking should be out by then that I did, the Mark Colonial one. And then, of course, Camp Blood will be out. So hopefully have a couple things out to, have a little vendor's table at least. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I won't do too much.
Fun, though.
What was that?
It'll definitely be fun, though. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It'll be fun. I'm thinking I got that picture of me and Mariah where she's with my brain open and stuff. So I was thinking about I'd probably just print out maybe 25 or 30 just to see how it goes. I'm not going to overdo it or anything because like huge like Danielle Harris stable over there where we got 5,000 people lined up to see her, but it would still be fun though. So
yeah.
I think the Camp Blood 9 is going to be a really good one. I mean, not to sound biased, but good script. So,
yeah, totally.
Hoping that'd be cool if they did another Camp Blood cartoon and we could do some voices. That'd be fun. I'd like to do a voice for a cartoon sometime. So.
Yeah, or a Camp Blood 9 Part 2. Yeah.
Camp Blood 9. I don't know. Like Part 2 9 or 9 Part 2 or Part 999. so much 9. What was that? The Yoga Hausers where he's like 999. So much 9 it is almost 10.
Yeah.
But let's see. Almost come up 2 hours. I got to eat. I'm getting hungry. Anything else you'd like to share, or anybody got any last minute questions? Or
no, because I'm like you. Now that you mention it, food does sound good right now.
Yeah, and the way I got home, I didn't have much time to do anything. So
yeah, there's an Arby's up the street, and I think it's still open or something.
Yeah, you want to run and get something for me? That'd be great.
Yeah, sure. Just get
teleporter, like the fly, the teleporter.
Get you like send it to Tallahassee, and you can cash at me and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You're wonderful.
So thanks for sticking around. Everybody who was in here: Kal-El, Dan, Patrick. I thought he said I didn't see him, but I thought he said Hobbs. So I don't know if Hobbs stopped by or not, or whatever. Yeah, and of course Tim Hatch was watching. He sent in his question, of course.
Yeah,
record holder Tim that's been on the show like 100 times.
Yeah. So. I'm looking forward to his next episode here. That'll be cool.
Yep. I know he's been working on some new stuff, so he always has something new to say. Like he's.
Yep, of course. He always lets me know too. So yeah.
Oh,
seriously, I fucking love that guy. So he's cool. Yeah.
He's awesome. Yeah. I was glad to meet him during the stalking, so that was fun. It's great, like having people who have been on the show that I've actually got to meet finally in person, and so it's been interesting from podcast to Polonia Pal and now Cult Cinema. So I'm like starting to get out there. So hopefully I'll be doing more. Like I forget who you said it was that said like you could do that, the acting like it's a good compliment. Even Will was saying to me that once these movies come out, other directors will want you. I'm like, wow, thank you. That's awesome saying that. So I know how it is. So.
Yeah, that's true. You're gonna get a lot of great attention, especially from the Camp Blood one and Cheerleader and all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to the stalking. I'm gonna see what you do in that one. I'm gonna be like, hey, I know that guy.
I'm not a pervert. I'm not a pervert though. I'm a geek. I got these really big glasses, and I'm like the geek in the friend group. But it's fun. It actually turned out really good. I went to New York to see the screening of it and stuff, and so the audience they liked it. So I'm like, yeah, okay. It was kind of funny. There was like he was maybe like in his 20s or something. And he was talking about how he does film, and he was like, "Oh," he goes, "You're in this?" Like just before it started. I'm like, I got a small part. It's kind of funny. And then like in the opening credits and everything, me, Cody, and Jada from Jurassic Shark 3. It's funny because she's the only one that plays a teenager or that is a teenager in real life. So you know how that is. They always have older people playing teenagers. But anyway, food time. It's been fun. So
yeah, definitely.
So yeah, it was good seeing you again on the show and working with you again. So I'm sure we'll work on something else again in the future.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing those movies. And again, Steven, he knows us. He's gonna.
Yeah, you're gonna be making fun of him.
Oh, I'm just gonna be one of them.
Well, less than a month away, it should be out. So yeah, so you'll get your chance. I know.
I gotta have some good ones because I know others are gonna review it too, and I have to have some good ones that have to top theirs. So
yeah, I'll see your review. I'll watch your review and just be like, "Fuck you." All right. Have a good night. Thanks again. Bye.
Hey, you too. Thanks again for inviting me.
Of course. Always welcome back. All right. Bye.